because of what he's going through it so bad, it's hard to think like I'm gonna, fucking hell, this is gonna motivate me. It's just kind of I just want him to be well and healthy. I don't really care about using it as fire or anything like that, and to drive me on. Just like if they could say to me, "Oh look, you can't fight for 2 years, but it'll mean that he's gonna be alright," I'll be like, "Yeah, let's do that then."
Some man they wanna chat shit till I knock 'em ain't like I'm Jack Shore. Rolls hot, roll stack, my flow shot like a hacksaw.
Then we Jack Tank Show off his win UFC 286. We got some questions from the people.
Let's go. Let's fire them in. We told you we would get straight back to you. So what's the day today? Tuesday. As promised, we're back. We're live. We're in the studio and we're ready to answer some questions.
Right. First of all, could you please talk about Arnold Allen versus Max? Nothing to do with the weekend, but just a good one.
100%. Hell of a fight. Massive fight for Arnie. And, I'm a big Max Holloway fan, but it's one I generally feel like Arnie has got a real good chance of winning. Max hasn't dropped off at all. It's just the fact, he lost that last fight to Volk in such dominant fashion. But you look at his fight with Rodriguez. How good did Rodriguez look?
Yeah.
In his last fight, and Max absolutely whooped him. Absolutely smashed Cater. So it's not like he's fighting a down and out Max. He's just fighting a guy who just lost to the best featherweight in the world. And when you look at Max's resume, he's always going to be dangerous. 5-round fight, I think, probably suits Max more. But I'm only saying that purely because we haven't seen Arnold go to the 3rd and 4th and 5th round very much, because he just seems to be smashing people up in a round. So I'm a big Arnold fan. He's a real good guy, really good for the sport, good for the British scene. And I really think he's got a legitimate chance of winning. And I think if he wins, there's rumours floating about of Rodriguez and Volkanovski in July. Obviously, this fight's in April. He could maybe be a stand-in for that. Or the title shot has got to be his next then, isn't it?
Pretty much. There's nothing much else to do after if he beats Max, is there?
No, I mean, stylistically, you'd think it's going to take place on the feet. Max has probably got a more, got more volume and probably maybe more, well, you can't say more accuracy because Arnold's really accurate. He's got more volume. Max probably going to look to land high percentage of punches, whereas Arnold's going to probably be the bigger puncher and look to try and take him out with a big shot. And at the minute, everyone Arnold seems to be landing on, he's hurting. Like, you don't see Cater hurt often. I know he didn't finish him with punches, it was the injury, but ultimately, he done the damage in the first round with the strikes. He took Dan Hooker out quick. So yeah, I think Arnie can do it, but it's no easy feat. Anyone who's got to fight Max Holloway is not in for an easy night, win, lose or draw. No,
I think he could beat anyone in the division. Arnold Allen at the minute, just the trajectory, his confidence must be through the roof as well.
Yeah, 100%. And he's now finally getting the respect he's deserved for the last 2 or 3 years. It's kind of felt like, because he doesn't have a lot of luck, does he? He had a massive win and he'd be injured. He'd have to have an hand operation, or I think he had a knee operation at some point. And it was kind of like every time he get a bit of momentum. He's a bit like me, He's not like your typical trash talker, loudmouth personality, but he is a character, and I think people are starting to see that now. With the meal deals and the video vlogs, he's a funny guy.
Now he's smashing it.
But it feels now like people actually, after the Cater win and the Hooker win, see how legit he actually is, and see that he got a legitimate chance of winning the title, because we've all known it for years. You don't go at 9-0 in the UFC without being a legit beast. So yeah, I'm rooting for him. I hope he does it.
Definitely. This is a funny one. Hi Jack, huge fan since your debut in the UFC. Why did you not take my beer? Do you remember this person?
Yes, I do. It was nothing personal. I just don't drink beer. I don't like beer. I'd have been a right mug of myself, because I just swung about 2 mouthfuls and probably spat it out and been sick. If you would give me a vodka and coke, I would have swigged it definitely. So next time, if you're hanging about that area, get the vodka in ready. I can't drink beer. I've never ever drunk a beer in my life. I just don't like in my life. Never ever. I don't like the taste of it. I don't like the smell of it. I like a vodka or whiskey, but yeah. So sorry, Bal. It was nothing. It wasn't because it was your beer. It was just because it was a beer. It could have been anyone handing me a beer, and I'd be like, oh no, I can't. So yeah, next time get the vodka in.
Right. What's the celebration meal? What did you get stuck into?
So straight after the fight, we ordered a load of wings and a McDonald's. But the next day was the one, the Domino's with the missus, meat feast pizza, chicken strips, potato wedges, cookies, about 17 cans of fucking Iron Brew and Fanta and everything else. What else did I have that day? I'm trying to think. What did I have on the way home? Oh, a steak bake on the way home with the lads. And that was it. That was all I had yesterday.
It's not that wild, I don't think.
I haven't been too wild yet, but I'm just still, the stomach's still shrunk at the minute from the weight cut. But you give me a week. I'm going to Rome next Thursday with the missus, so there'll be some serious damage done out there, I'm sure.
Watch out. Do you want top 10, top 15 opponent next, or get a matchup that'll get you into the top 15?
I'm not in no rush to tell the truth. A guy called Damon Jackson texted Ariel when I was on there yesterday in a respectful manner. It sounded like it was like, me and him would be a good fight, he said. And yeah, I think someone like that, he's not ranked, but he's a well-known name in the division. So someone like him would obviously probably not get me a rank, but it would put me up there and give me a chance. Look, we got to remember I've got no real track record at featherweight at the minute. I've got to work my way up the rankings, and I've got to, if I got to start from the bottom, if I got to do 4 fights before I get ranked, then so be it. But hopefully it doesn't take that long. But we'll see what's what. I've had a good win here Saturday. People always, I get it, because it's how the sport works, but people always want, like, what do you want next? Do you want to do this next? It's like, come on, lads, just let me...
Let's have 5 minutes.
Can I just enjoy... It's Tuesday after the fight on Saturday. Can I just enjoy this win a little bit? Can I just have a week or two where I just think, you know what? Good win. Let's relax a little bit. But I got a busy few months. My old man got a busy few weeks ahead of him that I'm not even going to be thinking about fighting. And then we're going to be knocking on the door of Baby Shore then. So we'll see what happens. I got a couple of little niggles that got to be sorted to and seen this week. So we'll see what the crack is there. And I won't be rushing into another fight just yet. I'm going to make sure that the timing's right. I didn't want to take this. I wanted to take this fight, but circumstance-wise, it wasn't with my old man and so I didn't really want to. I probably wouldn't have done it if it was up to me. But he talked me into it and said, "Look, we can do it," and then he was right. So with this one, I want to make sure everything is spot on, bob on before we knuckle down and go again.
Personal question now: do you think that having that pressure with everything going on with your old man is kind of more of a driving factor, like as well, or does it make it more difficult, do you think? I
think it makes it more difficult. I think it was more of a stress factor than a motivation. It wasn't like, it's hard to think of because of what he's going through it so bad. It's hard to think like, I'm going to, fucking now this is going to motivate me. It's just kind of, I just want him to be well and healthy. I don't really care about, using it as fire or anything like that and to drive me on. Just like, if they could say to me, oh, look, you can't fight for 2 years, but it'll mean that he's going to be all right. I'll be like, yeah, let's do that then. Do you know what I mean? So it was more of a stress thing, to be honest. I didn't want to lay on too much because if I'm stressed, that's going to stress him out and probably make him worse and make my mother worse. And so I did try and hide it from him a little bit, I suppose. Just with, in all fairness to my missus Katie, she's been like my rock for the last couple of months because any sort of stress I've had, I've kind of gone to her and been like, oh, look, fucking this and that, and worried about this, and she's pregnant and got her own life going on as well. So she's really took it, and she's been solid for me. She's always been solid for me for 6 years, but she really I've had my back the last couple of months. So it wasn't like a driving factor. Obviously, I would think how shit he would have felt if I lost, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? On the night, I was like, I have to win now.
Yeah,
he's made all this effort to come here and go through all this. Course it was that, but it was just, I can't explain to people how stressful the last few months have been, because my sister and mother are emotional over it and they're upset, and it's like, they can't let on to him because he's going to upset him, so they come to me for a bit of comfort, and you try and comfort them, but then so you got to try and act strong for them, and I don't know. You're
feeling it as well. Everyone's feeling it, mate.
Of course it is, and any factor and everything else, the training and the weight cut and stuff, that fucks with your head as well. But yeah, we got through it. That's the main.
Yeah, mate, that's it. And from what I can see from the outside, I know he probably put on a bit of a front or whatever, but he seems to be doing really well and positive.
No, he is. Yeah, that's not. I don't want this stigma of he's dieting and all that. He's doing really well. He's in a really good spot. mentally, and is looking good for him health-wise as well. You know, he's kind of halfway through the treatment now, and fingers crossed he gets through this next half, and that'll be it. So I don't want like this. Everyone like we don't want. We didn't say what we said. I didn't say it. We don't want a pity party, and that's the last thing he wants. He doesn't want everyone feeling. You know, the first thing he said to the boys is when we told all them months back, he was like, "Don't be pity partying me. You know, I still want to have the banter, and I still want to like that's all he's been saying." You know, I won't say what he's been saying fight week, but he's tucked it in.
I know.
he's tucked it in his stride. You know what I mean? It's not like he's not like locking himself in the house, sad and down and constantly worried about it. I dare say he has bad days and good days, but you know, the pity parties now we want. He just wants people to know, so that like, because it's kind of been a bit of a secret. You know what I mean? To an extent for the last couple of months, he hasn't wanted it out there, but I think this is a good way to put it out there, though, so people like can know and respect him having a bit of space, you know. But no, it's looking very good, and he's doing very good as well. No, he's not. He's it take more than a bit of cancer to get him down. Let me tell you.
Definitely, mate. Strong guy. He said to me when I first turned up there, he said, because I was asking him how he was like, "You can take the piss out of me, mind." It was like one of the first things he said. Don't worry about it, like. So I thought that was great as well.
Yeah, that's how he's been for months. Like you speak, like the boys and the boys have been really good as well. They obviously none of them have spoke about it or anything, but he's been exactly the same with them, and they give it him as well, because that's what he wants. He doesn't want like life to change and everyone feels sorry for you, and I get it. Do you know what I mean? And I'm the same. I don't want people pitying me because of that. You know what I mean? We know the crack, and but yeah, he's all right. He's a positive guy, the old man. He's one of life's good characters. So
definitely, mate. 100%.
You'll be fine.
100%. Who hits harder, Mac Wan or Jack Wan?
Oh, fucking Jack Wan. Jack Wan hits harder, got a better engine, got more versatile skills. There's only one Jack Wan, Big Jack Evans. YJB.
I don't even know who this guy is, to be honest.
You do know him.
I do know him. I haven't looked on his Instagram, so apologies.
You do know him.
I've probably seen you about. Where was your 50k bonus?
Don't know. Someone asked Dana. I thought that. I mean, look, the guys who had it, obviously, Fiziev and Gaethje deserved it. Adley had a wicked finish. Who had the other one? Gunnar had a good sub, but, you know, last time he came to London, he gave a bonus. Like, I just feel like, come on, if you're going to give a bonus to every finish every time, or, you know, no, always, but whatever. I made a hell of a lot of money off our fight on the weekend, and that's not a flex. That's just like you know, look, I'm not going to sit here and beg for a 50k bonus.
Yeah,
it didn't happen. I wasn't gutted about it on the night. I'm not going to be gutted about it now. It would have been a nice little extra, but you know, I got paid well, and I'm just happy to win and be back. I'm happy to double my money with a win bonus. Then you know, because last time when you only get paid half your money because you lose, that one stings a little bit. So
do you kind of plan your life as if you're going to get the full amount, like when you're on a bit of a streak?
No,
like
yeah,
that?
I try not to think about it, because like you said, you can think, oh, well, if I win and I get a bonus and I do this, then I can come away with this. But then obviously if it goes tits up like it did in July and you lose, you come away with half that. And I'm fortunate that I'm on a good contract. And you know, and even if I lose, it's not like I'm coming away with a rubbish payday, which some people are unfortunate. They are. By the time they pay their manager fees, their coaches fees, their tax, their licensing, some people are fighting at a loss on the lower levels.
That 10 in 10, like,
yeah, this is what I'm saying. But you know, I just kind of like, I'm not a big spender, really. I like a bit of Stone Island clobber and a watch here and there. But you know, for the most part, I'd say I'm pretty good at money management. So I don't think about it. When it's the bank account, then I think, right, well, maybe I can buy this and maybe I can buy that. But until then, I just try not to think about it.
Yeah. Did you see, without these questions, did you see that Sam Paterson fight?
Yeah.
The ending of that was fucking shook me up. Like,
you know,
not shook me up, but it was like hard to watch.
Do you know,
what I mean?
It pissed me off a bit, because it's like, they didn't need to put a camera on him. You know, listen, it happens in the fight game, and we've had Sam on, and I was speaking to Sam on fight week, and he's a genuine, lovely guy.
He's sound, isn't he?
He just got caught, you know, he got knocked out. He got caught cold, and it happens. But, you know, you can see him, like, he was getting back to his feet, and you could see him almost like trying to fight with Mark Goddard. And all that is like, his lights have been switched off, and he's come round, and he's like, obviously in his head, he's back where he was. we don't need to see that on camera. Like, it's, imagine being his missus or his mother or his friends and his family watching that. Like,
it was hard to watch.
It's tough enough to take a loss in the sport as it is, you know. I've never been knocked out, but you know, it hurt me to see myself get submitted. I can imagine it's exactly the same if you get knocked out, lose on decision. I don't agree with him putting. I'm not knocking I don't think it was the UFC necessarily doing it on purpose, but I think it was a miscommunication with the camera, and it just felt like they had the camera on him for like 45 seconds.
Yeah, it was,
fighting the ref.
They could have had it on the winner, couldn't they? And
just give the winner his moment of glory. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's not going to get any greater satisfaction. The guy who won, I don't know his name, sorry, but you know, he's buzzing that he won. Put the camera on him and show him celebrating his team. Like, I don't know. That's the one thing that I didn't like. All credit to his opponent for a brilliant win, because I don't think anyone really gave his opponent much of a chance. No, but you know, I don't think we needed to see all that extra stuff. I think it would just put it on his opponents and just show a replay of the knockout. Yeah, you know what I mean. I didn't. That was brutal enough. I didn't like seeing that, to be honest.
No, it was. My missus was like, "What the hell's going?" Because doesn't really watch. Like, for a lot of people who don't watch a lot, like that,
freaks people out. Like, it's not normal, is it? It's like when you know, when someone get put to sleep, choked to sleep. I know for a fact, like, if I choked you out now, you'd start fitting before you come round. It's not you having a fit. It's like kind of your body like restarting itself. But you show that the average guy that he's having a fit, he's gonna die, and it's like, no, he's not. But you see that on camera sometimes, and you film and their legs are twitching. It's like, oh my god, he's twitching. It's like, no, he's just coming back round. You know, all that Sam was doing, it was just his body, like, the lights got shut off and they come back on, and he thought he was still in the fight. That's all that was. And then obviously once his head cleared, he relaxed a little bit. But yeah, I wish they wouldn't show it, but I suppose it's done now, and you know, we wish Sam all the best. I'm sure he'll come back and right the wrong, and his next one will be successful.
100%, mate. Yeah, he's sound guy. Fair play to him. Fingers crossed. Right, let's have a look. Got the selfie with DC and any others?
Yeah, we got a selfie with DC. I'm trying to think. The only other person I think I had a photo with was CLD, Duncan. But me and him are friendly anyways. That was just a friend's photo. That one, like, can I have a photo? I'm trying to think, did I get a photo of anyone else? No, I don't think we did.
Mate, it's a weird thing, isn't it, right? Because I
did say I was going to try and grab Gaethje for a photo, because I'm a big fan of Gaethje. But, like, every time he was in the hotel, it was fight week, and I know what it's like fight week. You got enough shit going on about getting pestered by other fighters for photo. And he had a big crew and that with him, and it was like, they didn't stay at the hotel. They were in and out. So,
well, he was there just before I left on Wednesday.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, it's not just as simple as just going...
You can't just walk up to him, can you?
It's fucking weird.
Fucking 50 of them with him.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, DC, I think DC are the most fight, and that was it.
Yeah. Duncan as well, like, just to touch on him, obviously, like, there's not a great deal to take from that. It was just not an unfortunate win. Like, obviously, it's a win, isn't it? And happy days for him.
Yeah, a win's a win. He wouldn't. I know he doesn't. I've spoken to him after the fight. No, it's not he wanted to win. He doesn't class that as a win. I get it, you know, because I'd be the same. But you know, he's got his win bonus. It's better than being off to a loss. He hasn't come out. I think he's got a little niggle in his hands. So, but you know, he's nothing. He hasn't taken no major knot. At least he can, you know, go again. That's the.
Yeah, and I think because he usually has a highlight finish, doesn't he? I think he was thinking, I'll get into the UFC probably and get that sort of finish. But I think he'll get out again soon, isn't it?
Next time you'll get a 50k, I'm sure.
I won't ask who do you want next again, like, because we got a few of them. How did the new weight feel?
Yeah, it felt good. Like I said, it felt energized. I felt, you know, even towards the end of the second, I was getting stronger and fitter as the fight was going on. I didn't feel like I tired at all. Didn't feel heavy. The weight cut was nice and smooth. You know, this weight cut, it wasn't a case like, am I going to make weight? It was a case of like, right, let's just go down now and get it done, and we'll be on weight. So everything about it was great. I felt strong. Didn't feel undersized, under strength. And he is a strong guy. You know, he's a good wrestler. He's hit some big takedowns. He's been there with some of the best. So yeah, felt really good. Felt really good. Glad to make it my new home, and hopefully plenty more performances like that in the bag.
Happy days, mate. Yeah, you seem full of energy. Like,
yeah, I did. I felt good. Even fight week, like, usually fight weeks, train, go back to bed. Train, go back to bed. It was like I was with the coaches. Like, I was even going I was having my food in the night, and then they were going for food, and I was going with them. Now, usually I'd be like, no. Do you know what I mean? But, yeah, it felt good. I can't like, fight week was much more enjoyable. You seen yourself, and I was still doing 2 hard sessions a day. Felt solid. And I enjoyed it. You know, I think that's what it's all about. At the end of the day, it's fight week's hard enough as it is. That's without feeling like you're on death's door. And you know, the reason I went up was so scenarios like that can come where I can feel the opponent getting tired, and I've got enough in the engine to go and push the pace. And I felt like that's exactly what I did.
Have you got to watch now that you don't like get yourself in the same position, like that weight? Because you could easily, I suppose, put on like 10 pound of muscle and then do in the same boat.
Of course. But I think I probably walk around naturally 170-ish, between 170 and 175. So like, I don't just want to keep piling muscle on. Do you know what I mean? So like you say, I end up like 185, and it's like, right, well, I'm in the same position now as I was at a bantamweight. But it's an happy middle now. If I'm walking around I work in kilos. If I'm walking on 170, that's like 77 kilos. That's only like 11 kilo over the weight class. So by the time you get into your fight camp and restrict yourself a little bit, the first 5 kilo going to drop off. Before you know it, you're at the weight you got to beat to cut. So yeah, I don't think I'll naturally, like, I don't think I'm not going to naturally get any bigger than what I am frame wise now. It's just nice. I've got my frame now. I've got my weight. I feel like I've put on the right amount of size. So now it's just kind of like molding that now. It'd be nice to have a good 6 months of get back on a strength game program. You know, get a little bit leaner, a little bit stronger, a little bit faster, and make those improvements now between fights that need to be made, as well as obviously skill-based stuff.
Yeah. That's it, isn't it? Right, let's see what else we got going on here. Who is the best Warzone player you play with? I think this is obviously someone you play with, you know, so...
Best Warzone, Jasper's the best. What's Jasper's name online? Big Bad Jeffs, I think. His dog's name's Jeffrey. Big Bad Jeffs is the best.
Well, this is a Jasper comment in here.
Oh, there you go, then. That's him, yeah. No, he is. He's the best. He's the best squad member. If you had to pick someone to do up with, it'd be Big Bad Jeffs.
Do you think you fight better with a fringe?
Well, what do you think?
Well, it looks that way, doesn't
it? The proof's in the pudding. Every time I've had a fringe, I think I've had a finish, bar one. So maybe that's where I was going wrong. Shaving the head was causing me to go the distance.
Stick to the fringe, mate.
The fringe is back to stay, boys.
It's classic as well. I think it's more brand recognition with your fringe. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Everyone. I already had like the Lloyd Christmas comments now on Twitter. There's already people ripping the haircut. So I know that it's back to its old self when people are telling me to get an haircut.
Damn right. Right. I think that's it, mate, to be honest with you. Everything else we kind of covered. So I don't know if you got anything you want to say before we... do you want to talk about any of the other fights?
Just touch on the Gaethje and Fiziev fight doesn't really need touching on, does it? It was exactly what we expected it to be. Could have gone either way. Barn burner from start to finish. Just quickly touch on the main event. You know, we said, didn't we, in the build-up that we think the altitude not being involved this time would play a factor, and I think it did. But what a game plan from Leon and his team. You know, Usman probably went in there thinking, let's fight the same game plan. But what I will say is I noticed that he was that cautious of the head kick coming. He didn't block hardly any low kicks, and he didn't block hardly any mid kicks. And Leon was driving them home. He did a brilliant job of staying off the fence, I thought. You know, last fight when he got tired with the altitude, he kind of backed up a little bit, and that's when Usman was nicking those takedowns. I thought he did an awesome job of staying off the fence. Every time Usman looked to engage, you'd pepper him with shots, knees, low kicks, elbows. And he did a wicked job this time, again, because he didn't feel the effect of defending the takedown. There was times when Usman would put him on the cage and he'd find the distance and separate. The 2 or 3 times Usman nicked the takedown, within a minute he was back up to his feet and back at distance. So brilliant game plan. He's such a technical fighter, Leon. It's like...
He's still underrated, really, isn't he, for what he is.
In terms of, like, you know, as like a bit of a fanboy and a geek of the sport, in terms of pure technique, like, not talking now like power or explosion or athletic, I'm just talking pure crisp technique. He might be, you know, along with Volk, he might be the best all-rounder on the planet because his wrestling is so technical. His striking, let's just take striking wise, he's the most technical striker, I think. And obviously, MMA striker, then obviously you got your Wonder Boys and whatever. But I think pure striking for MMA is the best on the planet. I genuinely believe that. Awesome game plan. Credit to Usman as well. You know, it wasn't a one-sided beatdown. I scored it 4 rounds to 1 to Leon. I gave Leon 1, 2, 4, 5, and obviously when was the point deduction in the second, I think. Yeah. So that would have made it 48-46, I believe. Yeah, that's why I scored it. Credit to Usman as well. Didn't, lost, but didn't stop chasing the fight, did he?
He's not complaining about it either, is he?
He just kept going and going. He stuck to his guns and made it like they were both rocked each other at stages in the fight. It was in terms, like you talk about Islam and Volk. That was right. Maybe not as exciting because of, I think everyone sort of wrote Volk off, didn't they, for that fight? But technically and in terms of like the two best in the division going at it, it was a brilliant watch. And now I'm buzzing that Leon done it. Talk us of him fighting Colby now. Whether that happens or not, I don't know.
I think it shows though that he could fight any of them now. He could have fought any of them before, but I think people were thinking, he'd probably get out wrestled. Maybe
he's capable of beating anyone in a division.
Yeah.
That division's so wide open now. It feels like when Usman had the belt, it could kind of felt like who's going to beat him.
Yeah, he's fought everyone twice almost. He's lapping it.
I mean, Colby provides a different type of challenge because he's not going to engage in the striking at all. He's just going to wrestle. You got guys like Bilal. I think Bilal is that type of style again, isn't he? Shavkat's coming through the ranks. Kamzat, you don't know if he's going to stay down or go up or whatever, but it's such our division's brilliant. You got Burns and Masvidal.
That's who I'd prefer.
If Masvidal knocks Burns out, I don't think he will. But if Masvidal knocks Burns out or beats Burns in devastating fashion, don't be surprised to see that fight get made because that's a big pay. Masvidal's a big name.
That'll turn things around quick.
Yeah, but 100%. So,
do you see Colby up there yourself, or
I did actually see him. So I seen him. So after the fight, you seemed like it done like the mini press conference thing. As I'm coming out, Colby was stood there in like his pink suit and his shades
He's
on,
a fucking weapon.
waiting to go and do his press conference. And we was talking to someone, and as I was about like hearing him like completely shit on Usman about something, and I was like, oh, he's fucking off. He's on one for they again.
It's fucking.
And then I seen him out in the crowd, everyone booing him. But you know what? Fair play to him going there. Fair play to him going over there and making that weight and doing it. Dana's adamant he's getting the title shot, but like you said, money talks. I think if Masvidal wins, he might come full circle on it. But we'll see. Right. One more thing then. Let's touch just quickly on Makhayev's knee. Fair play to him. What a beast. I see people saying he'll regret it and all that, but it's like, well, do you think he didn't realize that at the time? Because I thought he's just like double jointed or something, because he was like shaking his head, wasn't he? And then,
mate, his leg was like a banana
and
as
then
well.
He subbed the guy, and then he got up and he couldn't stand up. I'd seen a picture today, his knee is like triple the size of the other one. But Makhayev's a savage in terms of, you want to talk about like, we'll risk it all. And like I seen him, he's like, I'll never tap. He said, I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I tap. So respect to Makhayev. Hopefully it doesn't keep him out too long, because I legitimately think he can go on to be one of the youngest champions ever. I think he's got the right style for that division. And I know Adley's not ranked yet, but him and Adley would be a great domestic fight, wouldn't it? Not 100%. Domestic. I shouldn't say domestic, because it sounds like I don't, you know what I mean?
You're not underrating it.
I'm not underrating this. What I mean is like a UK, I know Mohammed's obviously from Dagestan, but he represents UK. Talk about two boys from UK who've grown up on the circuit together, don't like each other. It would be a massive like co-main or main card fight, I think, especially if they did it in the UK, and the build-up would be wicked. So Adley looked really good, didn't he? They could well make that happen, but it all depends, I'm guessing, on how long Makhayev is going to be out. I did see he said he wants to fight July or August or so.
Yeah, which seems insane, because I think he was saying on aerial his knee cracked like 8 times or something. He said he could feel like 7 or 8 cracks.
Them Russians are a different breed. Them Dagestanis, to say that. Yeah, it cracked 8 times, but
see you in July.
See you in July. So shout out Makhayev as well.
We just missed the kickoff as well, didn't we? I think we were
We missed it, yeah. They had a little bit of a kick-off in the hotel fight week, and we come out to the lift, and there was about 50 security guards there, and we was like, right, what happened here? And we seen the one, like, saying to McKay, just stay from each other, behave. So, yeah, there's no secret they don't get on anyway, is there? So,
shame we didn't get that on camera.
Two exciting fighters, real good contrasted styles. It'd be good to see, I think.
Definitely, mate. Definitely. Well, I think that's pretty much it. We've probably missed a few bits and pieces, but you've got places to be.
We got places to be, and we got time on outside. So we'll be back. We'll be back within the week to do another one, no doubt. Same old, guys. Thanks for watching. Like, comment. If you're not subscribed, please do.
Sort your life out.
And what was the saying? Ring the bell. Ring the bell, people. Ring the bell. We'll catch you all soon.